causes of brain damage because it increases our understanding of healthy brain and it serves as a basis for new treatments. Today, I am going to discuss brain tumors, which is one of the 6 primary causes of brain damage. Tumors or neoplasm is a mass of cells that grows independently from the rest of the body. In short, it is a cancer. They may be primary, starting to the brain, and secondary, originating from other parts, going to the brain. There are various kinds of tumors. First, meningiomas. These tumors grow between meninges. Meninges are the 3 membranes that covers the central nervous system. Next are encapsulated tumors, which are tumors that grow within their own membrane. Removable and have little risk of further growth in the body. And next are infiltrating tumors, which are tumors that grow diffusely through their surrounding membrane. These tumors are malignant tumors because they are difficult to remove and destroy. And then the metastatic tumors, which are secondary tumors. As I have mentioned before, secondary tumors originate from other areas and it spreads to the brain. These tumors originate from the cancer of the lungs. What causes brain tumors? People most at risk for brain tumors include those who have number 1, prolonged exposure in radiation, number 2, have cancer elsewhere in their body, number 3, have prolonged exposure in pesticides, industrial solvents, and other chemicals, number 4, inherited diseases such as neurofibromatosis.
This picture shows different types of brain tumors. Brain tumors may grow from nerves, neuroma, dura, meningioma, pituitary gland, craniopharyngioma, or pituitary adenoma. They may also grow from the brain tissue itself, glioma. As they grow, they may compress normal tissue and cause symptoms. This photo shows MRI scans of a benign and malignant brain tumor. As you can see in the picture, benign tumors have well-defined edges and are more easily removed surgically. Malignant tumors have an irregular border that invades normal tissue with finger-like projections, making surgical removal more difficult.
The symptoms of tumors. Tumors can affect the brain by destroying normal tissue, compressing normal tissue, or increasing intracranial pressure. Symptoms vary depending on the tumor's type, size, and location in the brain. General symptoms include headaches that tend to worsen in the morning, seizures, stumbling, dizziness, difficulty walking, speech problems, vision problems, abnormal eye movements, weakness on one side of the body, increased intracranial pressure which causes drowsiness, headaches, nausea, and vomiting, sluggish responses.
Vascular disorders. Strokes are sudden cerebrovascular disorders that cause brain damage. The symptoms of a stroke depend on the area of the brain that is affected. But the common consequences of a stroke are amnesia. Let's go. What are you doing? Please stop. I said stop! Aphasia. Paralysis. And coma. The area of dead or dying tissue produced by a stroke is called an infarct. Surrounding the infarct is a dysfunctional area called a penumbra. The tissue in the penumbra may recover or die depending on a variety of factors, but the goal of a treatment following a stroke is to save that area. There are 2 major types of stroke, those resulting from cerebral hemorrhage and those resulting from cerebral ischemia. Cerebral hemorrhage. The bleeding in the brain occurs when a cerebral blood vessel ruptures and the blood seeps into the surrounding tissues and damages it. Bursting aneurysm is a common cause of intracerebral hemorrhage. An aneurysm is a pathological balloon-like dilation that forms at the wall of a artery at a point where the elasticity of the artery wall is defective. Cerebral ischemia is the disruption of blood supply in the brain. The three main causes of cerebral ischemia is the thrombosis, embolism, and arteriosclerosis.
Closed head injury is a type of brain injury due to blows that do not penetrate the scalp. Closed head injuries may result in lifelong physical, cognitive, and psychological impairment.
These are the common closed head injuries. Contusions. The damage to the cerebral circulatory system that causes hematoma or bruise form. Concussion. A head injury resulting in temporary dysfunction of normal brain function. Contricup injuries. Contusions are often on the side of the brain opposite to the blow. Diffuse axonal injury. These injuries are frequently seen in car accidents and cause permanent damage to the brain. Severe diffuse axonal injuries often lead to comas or vegetative states.
These are the symptoms of closed head injuries. Physical symptoms are unconsciousness, severe headache, repeated nausea and vomiting, dizziness, seizures, weakness, numbness in arms and legs, and dilated pupils of the eye. The psychological symptoms are slurred speech, confusion, agitation, memory or concentration problems, and amnesia about events prior to the injury.
Closed head injuries are the leading cause of death in children under 4 years old and the most common cause of physical disability and cognitive impairment in young people.
Brain infection. Brain infection is an invasion of microorganisms into the brain. There are 5 microorganisms that are principal in making or producing infections on the brain. The first is bacterial, viral, fungal, protozoal, and chorionic. Those invasions causes inflammation called encephalitis. Bacterial infection is the invasion of microorganism bacteria into the brain, which leads to the formation of cerebral abscesses, which is a pus-filled pocket in the brain. Example of those are meningitis. In meningitis, the meninges, which covers this top part of the brain, the 3 meninges, and the spinal cord is being inflamed by the bacteria. This picture that I am going to show you is an example of bacterial infection with cerebral abscess. Other bacterial infection that happens to the brain or to the body, which is controlled by the central nervous system, is syphilis. Syphilis is a sexually transmitted bacterial infection that causes or is characterized by chancres, by rashes and systemic lesions, and the last one is general varices. Second microorganism that invades the brain are viruses, which causes or leads to viral infection. Examples of those viral infections are viral encephalitis. Viral encephalitis is the inflammation of the brain that is caused by the enterovirus in most cases. Rabies is also a viral infection that comes from the saliva of the dogs. This, when a victim gets bitten by the saliva of the dog, it causes psychotic features to the victims. Mumps, also a viral infection, is caused by paramyxocal virus, which causes swelling to the parotid gland, which is in this side or on the other. And herpes, which is caused by herpes virus,
Also, sexually transmitted causes or results to the inflammation of the skin, which produces clusters of vesicles, maybe at the surrounding part of the mouth or in the genitalia. Those that I've discussed earlier are the brain bacterial and viral infections that happens to human body.
Neurotoxins are toxins that are poisonous or destructive to the nerve tissue. They are an extensive exogenous chemical neurological insult that can adversely affect the functions of both developing and mature tissue. But did you know that the nervous system can be damaged by exposure to any toxic chemicals, which can enter the general circulation from the gastrointestinal tract, from the lungs, and through the skin? For example, heavy metals such as mercury and lead can accumulate in the brain and permanently damage it, producing a toxic psychosis. However, after several years of treatment, many patients have developed a motor disorder called tardive dyskinesia. It is a side effect of antipsychotic medications. As you can see, its primary symptoms are smacking and sucking movement of the lips, and lateral jaw movements, thrusting and rolling of the tongue, and puffing of the cheeks. In 18th and 19th century in England, hat makers were commonly driven mad by the mercury employed in the preparation of the felt used in making hats. They have developed the disorder called the Mad Hatter syndrome, which is caused by chronic mercury poisoning, which involved prolonged exposure to mercury vapors.
Genetic brain disorder, also called the inborn genetic brain disorder, is caused by a variation and mutations in a gene. A variation is a different form of a gene, while mutations is a change in the gene. Genetic brain disorders may affect and influence the brain's functions and development. Some genetic brain disorder are due to random mutations or mutations caused by environmental causes, such as in cigarette smoke. Other disorders can be inherited, which means it may pass down through a mutated genes through a family. They can also be due to the combination of a mutated genes or the outside factors. Some examples of genetic brain disorders are Tay-Sachs disease, Wilson disease, and the most common, the Down syndrome. Many people with genetic brain disorders fail to produce enough certain amount of proteins that influence the brain functions and development. Brain disorders can cause a serious problem in the nervous system. Some can be treated to control the symptoms, and some are life-threatening.
As you're probably well aware, our DNA is like this humongous blueprint of information on how to make a human. Usually, this massive document is packaged up nicely into a storage bin called a chromosomes. Actually, we have 46 chromosomes that we use to neatly organize all our information depending on how you define organized. Each of the 46 chromosomes is actually part of a pair of chromosomes, since you get one from each parent, so 23 pairs. If you want to make another human, first you'd have to find someone that you feels the same way. And then you both contribute half of your chromosomes, so one from each pair, so 50-50. Now, what if someone contribute one too many? Say dad contribute 23 and mom contribute 24. Is that possible? Yes, and it's the basis of one of the most common chromosomal disorders, Down syndrome. Someone with Down syndrome has 47 chromosomes instead of 46. Specifically, they have an extra copy of chromosome 21, so instead of 2, they have 3, so Down syndrome is also known as trisomy 21, in other words, 3 chromosomes.